Okay, so the flow for today is going to get into a good bit of twisting. We're going to take this into a version of side crow, which is actually going to make this a little bit, well, it's going to be a lot of twisting. It's still going to be kind of a side body lateral flow, so just keep that in mind. The side crow variation is pretty much a demonstration I have here before we begin. So once we actually get into the main part of the flow, what's going to happen at the end of each sequence is you're going to be at the front of the mat. We'll be balancing first. You're going to have one foot lifted. And then from here, what's going to happen is you're going to extend your leg back. You're going to come into a short and low lunge, not quite totally lengthened out. And once your hands come down and that back foot comes down, I want you to take the front foot, sweep it back, and then you're going to step forward and step forward to the opposite side. So you can take a crosswise step, and that's going to bring you into the twist that gets into this version of side crow for today. You can always take another version if you like, keep in mind. But from here, my left foot's forward, it's over to the right. I'm going to bring my right knee down. And then from here, you go ahead, I'm going to lift my right arm, bring the elbow pressing into my left thigh, set the hand down so it's in line with the other, and then keep the elbows pulled in. You want to tuck the toes of your back foot, lift the back knee, and then to come into the pose. Look forward, shoulders go forward as the elbows pull back. You're going to lift the front foot first, keep on leaning forward to lift the back foot, and then keep leaning to actually bring this further into that extension. Let me show you from the other side here. I always do this. But well, again, what's going to happen from here? You're going to have one foot forward, sweep it back, and then step forward. And I'll take this to the opposite side to make this a little bit more clear visually. And then I'll bring the back knee down. So again, my left arm's going up. I'm going to press that left elbow into my right thigh and set the hand down. See your hands are in line. And then go ahead, tuck the toes of the back foot, lift the knee, and slowly start to bring this forward. As you move forward with your shoulders, bend the elbows in. You're going to lift the front foot first. You can always just stay with the twist at any point, keep in mind. And then to come into that full extension, keep leaning forward, pull your chest forward to lift the back leg. And just work it as best you can from there. Now you can keep this with one leg extended back. You can bring both legs together. You can extend to both sides, or extend to one side or both sides. There's a whole bunch of variations you can move into here. So you're welcome to play around with your side crow. And if for whatever reason you find that this entry just isn't working for you, you can always come into a more familiar entry if you like, though I do tend to find this a bit more accessible for a broader range of people. So give it a try at least the first couple rounds. We'll move into that setup, work the twisting as deeply as you can before we even get to that point. So just keep all that in mind. And again, the twisting is really the point. You don't have to actually bring this into balancing, but keep trying to lengthen out your spine as you move into the twists. And that's really what we're trying to get into here. Get into the hips, wring out everything to your midsection. And I always appreciate the twisting flows myself because it gets into a lot of tension that's very hard to access otherwise. So just have all that in mind. So all that said, let's go ahead and begin this standing. So bring yourself to the front of the mat. And just take a stance with your feet a little bit wider than your hips, heels in, toes out. Now, once you come into this, just look down at your feet, lift all 10 toes up off the floor, spread them out nice and wide. And then with your toes spread wide, set them down one by one. Bring your weight forward toward your toes as much as you can. And then pull your weight back toward your heels. And just center yourself here somewhere in between. And keep your stance active. Tense up your thighs to pull the kneecaps up just a bit. Hold some tension in your glutes. And then stay tense through your midsection, through the belly, around the low ribs to keep your upright posture and keep your spine vertical. Now reach the top of the head toward the ceiling. Draw your chin in just a little bit and feel the back of your neck lengthen out. Relax your shoulders down, let your arms just hang. And then just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in here. Let your mind quiet down. And then start to deepen your breathing here when you're ready. So the inhale's pulling as much air as you can. Fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to start. Now when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just open your eyes. And go slow. Take an inhale. Reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reach us up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reaches up high. And now stay reaching. Make your left hand into a fist. With your right hand, take hold of your left wrist. And we'll take this into a sideways lean. So with your right hand, pull the left arm across. Let your gaze go high. Pull your left shoulder back. And then back to vertical. And then again, use the right hand, pull the left arm across. Gaze up high. Draw your left shoulder back. Take it further. And then bring yourself back upright. One more time. With your right hand, pull the left arm across. Draw your left shoulder back. Gaze up high. Hold here. Now stay open to the right side. Stretch the left side long. If you want to go deeper, you can bend the right knee, lean further, but keep that left foot flat. Just breathe with this here. And then bring it back up to center. Switch this out. With your right hand, make a fist, and the left hand takes hold of your right wrist this time. And then use the left hand, pull the right arm across, bring your gaze up high and lean. And then bring it back to center. Come back upright. And then again, with the left hand, pull the right arm across, gaze up high, draw the right shoulder back, keep looking up. And then come back up and back to vertical. One more time, use the left hand, pull the right arm across, hold here, draw the right shoulder back. And if you want to take it deeper, bend the left knee and lean even further with that right foot still flat. And then bring this all the way up, release out, reach up high, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, pull the elbows out wide, open up your chest, let your head fall back. Inhale, back to vertical, reach up. Exhale, draw the elbows out wide, let your head fall back again. Inhale, back upright, reach high, look forward. And with the exhale, draw the elbows out wide, open up, hold here, keep your chest open. And then slowly bring your hands to your low back, palms face away, bring your spine upright and look forward. Now spread your fingers out wide, keep the elbows wide, keep your shoulders pulled back, and I'm just moving here for the camera. So keep your feet a little bit wider than your hips, chest open, shoulders back, hinge from the knees, and sink your hips back just a little bit, like you're coming about halfway down toward a horse stance, with the thighs at about a 45-degree angle. Keep your chest open, your shoulders pulled back. We're going to take this side to side, one foot and then the other. So bring your weight to the left foot, right foot back and across, now not too far. Focus the weight on the left foot. And then hinge from your hips, belly touches your left thigh, and then bring the right knee down, keep your shoulders pulled back as you move. Push in your left foot, come back up, step the right foot wide, still with that bend in your knees. Over to the right side, left foot back and across, not too far. Hinge from the hips, belly to your right thigh, shoulders pulled back, bring the left knee down. And then push into the right foot, step your left foot out wide. And we'll take a couple more rounds. Bring it to the left, right foot back and across. Hinge from the hips, belly to your left thigh, shoulders pulled back, elbows still wide. Push in your left foot, step the right foot wide, and then take it over here. Weight to the right foot, left foot back and across again. Hinge from the hips, belly to the right thigh, shoulders pulled back, bring that left knee down. Push in your right foot, step the left foot out wide, and then take it back over here, onto the left foot, right foot back and across. Hinge from the hips, belly to your left thigh, right knee comes all the way down. And then push in your right foot. Push in the left foot rather, step the right foot wide. And let's come over here, left foot back and across one more time. Belly to the right thigh, bring that left knee down, shoulders still pulled back. Push into the right foot, step your left foot out wide. And then once you come to center, release your hands, bring them to the floor. Just take a moment, shake your legs out, stay in a loose fold. And then just bring your feet in closer, maybe about hips width distance apart. And from here, we're going to stretch the wrists a little bit. So one at a time, slide your hands underneath your feet with the palms facing up. And go deep here. Bring the toes in toward the wrist creases. And just play around with this for a moment. Now tense up your hands, spread the fingers wide, press your fingertips into the floor. And then just take as much or as little weight from the feet as you like. And see about digging the toes down into the bones of the wrists. Still with the hands tense and the fingertips pressing down. Maybe lift one heel and then the other. Maybe both if you want to play with your balance. Just be sure you don't fall forward. And if you want to take a little bit deeper stretch as you hold this, you can pull the elbows out wide, draw your torso down lower, maybe feel that stretch in the backs of the legs. But just breathe here, take this the way you like. And then once you're ready, just go ahead and release the hands one at a time. And then with your fingertips down, bring your knees down to the floor. And we'll start to take this into the thighs, into the front of the body a little bit as well. So bring your knees out a little bit wider than your hips. Toes point towards center. Walk your hands back. Come down to sitting on your heels for a moment. And we'll go up and down from here. Now try to sit this upright. Bring the hands to your chest. Just kick your feet down to the floor. And then lift up enough just to hover your seat above your heels best you can. Try not to lean forward too far. Keep kicking down. Come all the way up. Squeeze your glutes and press the hips forward at the top. And then pull your belly in. Try to stay upright. Sink down. Lightly touch your seat to your heels. Again, kick down. Lift your hips. Press forward. Keep your shoulders pulled back. And then sink this back down. And lightly touch your seat to your heels. Try to stay upright. Kick down. Squeeze your glutes. Press the hips forward. Bring this up. And then just take it down one more time like this. Lightly touch your seat to your heels. And then press into the floor. Bring this all the way up. And then once you're up, bring your fingertips down to the floor. And we're going to go back and forth with just a little bit of change to this setup from here. All right, keep your knees wide as they are, but then slide your right knee back about 6 inches or so. And this is going to be more of a staggered shape. You can kind of play around with that distance. And then when you're ready, just come down to your heels, bring the left hand to the floor down to your side and right hand to your chest. You want to take this up and down, lean into the side. So kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips with the right shoulder high. And then come all the way back down and just set yourself down lightly. Kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, press your hips forward, open up your chest to the left. And then sink this back down again. One more time. Kick into the floor. Keep kicking. Squeeze your glutes. Hold that engagement. Let your head fall back. Keep the right shoulder high. And as you hold this, keep your legs tense, but switch your hands. Bring your left hand to your chest. And then just reach your right arm long, up and over past your head. Hips are still pressing forward. Now, if you want to take this further, want to feel a deeper stretch and more tension in the legs, you can hinge from the knees and lean a little bit further back. Not going to take much for you to really feel this. And then slowly come forward, bring your hands down, and switch it out. So bring the right knee forward so it's in line with the left. And then slide your left knee back, this time about 6 inches or so. Now, walk the right hand over to the right side, set it down. Come down to sitting on your heels. And just keep the left hand in your chest. We'll take it up on this side. So kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, and go ahead, let your head fall back, left shoulder high, and then sink back down. Again, kick into the floor, squeeze your glutes, lift up, and just lean to the right. And then come back down again. One more time. Kick into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Lean to the right. Left shoulder high. Let your head fall back and just hold here. And then see about switching this out. So keep kicking to the floor and keep your glutes engaged, but the right hand comes to your chest. Left arm reaches up and past your head. Let your head fall back. Keep your hips pressing forward. And if you want to take it deeper, just hinge from the knees, but keep that arch to the length of your body. And again, you're not going to have to lean too far to really feel this. And then go ahead, release. Bring your hands back down. Come down to all fours. And just walk the hands back and bring yourself into all fours and move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side. Now from all fours, bring this into center. We'll take one more wrist stretch and a little bit of movement from the spine. So wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips here to start. Now keep the palms facing down and then rotate your hands one at a time. Fingertips to the sides and then in toward your knees as far as you can go. Now set your hands down flat, spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down into the floor. And keep that tension in your hands. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. Now maybe just stay here and you can sway the shoulders a little bit side to side. If you want to back off from the intensity, you can always bring the hands in closer to your knees. On the other hand, if you want to take it a little bit further, you can slide your knees back, maybe just a couple more inches, but be sure you can keep your palms grounded and still with your fingertips pressing down. And if you wanted to stay here and this is enough of a stretch, keep it active, keep your fingertips pressing down, and that's good enough. If you want to take things further, I'm going to cue this into cow and cat breathing. So for that, just keep the arms straight, keep the fingertips pressing down. And then with an inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, gaze up high. And then take it slow. With the exhale, round your spine, pull your belly in and empty out. Inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, round and empty again. Inhale, drop your belly. Bring your chest forward, gaze up high. With the exhale, round and empty completely here. And then one more round. With the inhale, drop your belly. Bring your chest forward, gaze up high. With your exhale, round and empty. And then once you come into that full rounding, go ahead and release. Come up onto the fingertips. And then down onto your heels and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then once the hands are ready, come back into all fours. And we're going to take it from here into a forearm plank. So go ahead and bring both forearms down to the floor. And then step your feet straight back and bring your legs together. And give yourself a moment to bring your body into line. Now as you hold on to this, press into the hands, stay lifted between the shoulders. And we're going to take it into a forearm side plank. So the right forearm is going to stay down. Now come up onto your left hand and roll to the outside edge of your right foot. And then keep your core engaged and keep your hips lifted like this. Keep the left hand down on the floor. Now with your hips still lifted, if you want to take it further, start to move your left leg. Pull the left knee forward, touch your left arm. And then keep the knee bent and bring the big toe down to the floor behind you, or as close as you can. Left knee to left arm again. And then big toe down behind. Knee to left arm. Big toe down behind, hips are still lifted. Knee to left arm again. Big toe down behind. Knee to left arm. Big toe down behind again. One more time, knee to left arm. Big toe down behind. And then set the left leg on top of the right. You're still in that side plank. And then go and bring it into center. Bring both knees down, come up onto both hands for a moment. And then, of course, we got to take the other side, too. So once you're ready, bring your forearms down again. And step your feet back. Bring your legs together. Come into that forearm plank. And let's take the side plank on the left side this time. So the left forearm stays down. Roll your heels to the left. Come up onto the right hand and keep that right hand down. Hips lifted. Keep the right shoulder and right hip higher than the left. And it's good enough to be here. Keep your hips pressed high. Now, if you're going to take it further, just move your right leg. Keep your hips lifted the whole time. As you lift the right leg, pull the knee forward, touch the right arm. And keep the knee bent. Touch the big toe down to the floor behind. Right knee forward, knee to right arm. Big toe down behind again. Knee to right arm. And then big toe down behind. Knee to right arm. Big toe down behind again. Knee to right arm. Big toe down behind one more time. And then come back to that forearm side plank. Put your legs together. Keep your hips lifted. And then roll back into center. Come down to all fours. And once you're in all fours, give yourself a moment here. Move around. And then from all fours, we're going to take this a little bit faster with a little bit more twisting. Now look down and just see it, the wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath your hips. And then tuck the toes of both feet. Now hover your knees up off the floor about an inch or two, not too far. Feel your core engage. And we'll just take this into some light twisting. So pull the right knee forward, just touch your left elbow. And then step this back. Left knee to right elbow. Step it back. Right knee left again. And back. Left knee right. And then step back. Now right knee to left elbow, hold here for a moment. But then drop the left heel, lift your left hand open to the left side, and then come back to center, back to all fours. Left knee to right elbow, hold here. Drop the right heel, lift your right hand open up to the right, and then come back into center. Right knee to left elbow again. Drop your left heel, lift your left hand open to the side. Bring it back to center. Left knee to right elbow, hold. Drop your right heel, lift your right hand, and then bring it back to center. One more round, right knee to left elbow. Drop your left heel, lift your left hand and hold. And then come back to center, back to all fours. Left knee to right elbow, hold. Drop your right heel, lift your right hand, open up to the right. And then come back to center. And then set your knees down for a moment and breathe. And then a little bit further still, we'll take it toward that entry for side crow. So again, from all fours, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Tuck the toes of both feet, hover your knees up off the floor. And then press in your hands and sink back down to your heels. Now when you move back and forth from here with a cross step, the hands stay where they are. But go ahead, bring this forward, step your right foot up into the left. And then sink back down and come back to the heels. Left foot up into the right. And then sink back down. Right foot up to the left again. Sink back down. Left foot up to the right. And then back to center. Right foot up into the left. Sink back down. Left foot up to the right. And then sink back down. Right foot up and left again. Bring it back to center. Left foot up and to the right. And then back to your heels. Now right foot up and to the left one more time. This time just hold. And now that you got that cross step, bring that left knee all the way to the floor. Now with an inhale, raise your left arm high. And then with the exhale, bring the left elbow down, press it into your right thigh to find the twist, and then set the left hand on the floor to brace it. Right hand lines up with the left. Now press in your palms, bend the elbows in toward you. Tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee. And then just start to look forward, lean forward, shoulders come forward. See about just lifting that right foot for a moment. And then go ahead, release this. Step the right foot back, sink back to your heels. Now when you're ready, take it the other way. Left foot steps forward, up and to the right. And now this time, set the right knee down. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your right arm high. And with the exhale, right elbow comes down, press it into your left thigh. Now go ahead, set the right hand down, left hand lines up with the right. Shoulders forward, elbows pull in. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift your right knee. Bring the shoulders forward. See about just lifting that left foot for a moment. And then go to release this. And come back down to all fours. And once you're in all fours, just give yourself a moment. Just move around, breathe. Now you can just stay here and breathe, take a little break, maybe take another stretch before you move on. But whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now once you move into your down dog, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Pressing your palms flat in your hands, and sink your chest low to the floor. Now as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can, and keep that long upward reach through the hips, so pulling through the belly and around the low ribs. Try to lengthen your spine as you draw in your core, and keep your hips pressing high like this. If you need to, if your legs are tight, you can always bend your knees, and you can always just stay loose, pedaling this out and letting your hips move side to side. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front. It's like a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Now let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And just let everything go long and loose here and let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows and maybe shake this side to side to loosen even further. And then whenever you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin and just restack your spine. So slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward, hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then just release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor to your shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat. Let's step it back to high plank. Find your shape, wristing the shoulders, palms pressed down, press the floor away from you, and press your spine up toward the ceiling. Keep that lift. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line, elbows pulled into your sides, and lower with control, all the way down into your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you, hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take it up and down through low cobras. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now stay lifted here. Keep the lift in your upper body. Press into your feet. Take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows at your sides. Pull the shoulders back. Keep looking forward. And work to lift up a little bit higher still. Take an inhale. With the exhale, roll it back down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms to the floor. Let's take it to upward facing dogs. With an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay on the tops of your feet. And keep your legs active. Work to lift your knees up from the mat. Take it further. Kick your feet down. Squeeze your glutes. Try to pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Now lift with the arms, but lift with your shoulders. Keep your neck long. Keep your chest pulling forward. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high to down dog. Paddle out. Let your hips move side to side. Now from your downward facing dog, take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach us up high. And then with the exhale, this time sink into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle and pay attention to your stance, feet not too wide within hips width distance. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. Now bind this low. Bring your hands to your low back again. Palms facing away, fingers spread wide. Pull your shoulders back and keep the elbows out wide. Maybe sink this down lower. And then as you hold this, focus weight on your left foot and lift your right heel. Now back and forth with the right leg. Extend it forward. Dip your heel down. And then step the toes back in. Right leg forward, dip the heel. Step the toes back in. Right leg forward, dip the heel. And then come back to the toes. Right leg forward, dip the heel. And bring the toes in. Now one more time forward, dip the heel down. Step the toes back in. And then once you step in, set the right heel down, take an inhale, reach your left arm high. And with the exhale, twist, bring the left arm past your right thigh. Now pull the right shoulder back, use that bound arm, and open up to the side. Legs squeeze toward each other, sink your hips down low, keep your chest open to the right. And then if you want to take it deeper, slide your left arm further past the right thigh and keep that right shoulder pulling back. Keep breathing here and keep your legs squeezing together. Now take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, release. Both hands down, slide your left foot back, come into low lunge. And from here, let's take a dancer's bridge. The left hand's your base. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Right foot steps behind your left leg. Sink this down. Now with an inhale, press your hips up high and reach your right arm. Keep your glutes squeezing. Keep lifting. Let your head fall back. And just breathe here. You can stack the shoulders or open your chest toward the ceiling, more like a back bend, whatever serves you best. But just keep your hips pressing high. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, sink straight down. Right hand comes forward, right foot forward, come into your low lunge. And set this up. Make sure your feet are already on two separate tracks. Hips width distance side to side. It's a wide stance. Left heel lifted behind. Hands to your hips. And when you're ready with an inhale, bring yourself up to your high lunge. Bring your torso upright. Now take a moment to set this up. Deep under the right knee, left leg towards straight. Left hip forward, right hip back. Be sure your hips are square. Now keep your spine upright. Bring your hands to heart center. And then fingers spread wide. Interlace your fingers and face your palms away from you. Keep the elbows out wide to start. And then face your palms up toward the ceiling. Now use this bind here to draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. This is good enough right here. If you can keep your chest open, maybe press the palms toward the ceiling. Just take things to where you can. And keep your spine tall. Keep looking forward. We're going to work into that back leg. So as you're ready, dip the left knee down low just above the floor. Keep your spine vertical. Come straight up. Again, dip your left knee down low. And then come back up. Left knee down low again. And then come back up. Left knee down low just above the floor. Come back up. Now one more time, sink down, hover the knee above the floor. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep looking forward. And take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just set the left knee down, flatten the left foot behind you. Both hands to the floor inside the right leg. Now once your hands come down, keep your palms grounded. Squeeze that right leg in toward your side. And just keep your hips stacked over your left knee. Now slide the right heel forward. I want to take that stretch on the back of the right leg into the hamstring. When you're ready, press into the heel, point the toes up toward the ceiling. Still keep the hands where they are. And don't worry about going too far here. We want to keep on moving this right leg before we settle into the half split. So as you're ready, press into both hands. And then lift your right leg, sweep it back and across. Right knee comes down past your left leg. And then sweep this forward. Right leg outside your arm, press the heel down. Again, right leg back and across. Knee down past your left leg. Sweep that right leg forward, outside your arm. Again, pull the right leg back. Bring the knee down past your left leg. Sweep the leg forward. Set the heel down. And we'll settle in for that half split. Now keep the heel down and the four toes pointed up. Rotate the big toe toward your midline. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. And just take this to where you can feel the twist in the back of the right thigh. So maybe the knee's still bent. You can slide that right leg further forward if you want to straighten out. Now as you hold on to that stretch here, take a half bind right on behind your back, palm face away. Now pull the right shoulder back, open up your chest to the right, and bring your belly in to touch the right thigh. Now bend the right knee if you need to make that happen. Keep the right hip pulling back, left hip pulling forward. Now if you want to go even deeper, if you can use the left hand, take hold of the outside edge of the right foot, and use that grip to pull yourself further into the fold and deeper into the twist with the right shoulder high, still touching your belly to the inner right thigh. Keep breathing with this. Now I want you to keep that half bind with the right shoulder lifted, but then look forward toward your right foot. Now bring the left hand to the floor if it's lifted right now. Press that palm down. Bend the right knee, slide the foot back so you can set the right foot flat. Right shoulder stays high. We're going to go right from here to a revolved half moon. So push into the right foot. Lift the left and extend your left leg straight back. With your right shoulder high, keep the twist in the upper body. Now you can keep the right knee bent or maybe straighten that leg. Keep your chest open to the right and look right. And then if you want to take this further, you can bend your left knee, maybe reach with your right hand. If you can find the left foot, kick into your hand and let this pull your shoulder further back to deepen your twist. Now just breathe here. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Bring both hands down. Left foot steps down behind your low lunge. And then once you find that low lunge, sweep the right leg back, take an inhale. And with the exhale, step it forward, up and to the left. Find that cross step. Bring the left knee down to the floor, and we'll take it from here to that side crow. Right hand stays down. Inhale your left arm high. And with the exhale, press the left elbow into your right thigh. Now bring the left hand to the floor, set the right hand down in line with the left. And then tuck the toes of your left foot and lift your left knee. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows in toward you. And then see about lifting your right foot first. Keep looking forward, keep leaning forward to lift that left leg. Just take things to where you can. You can always just hold the twist. You don't have to balance it, keep in mind. And then once you're ready, just go ahead, step it back, fly it back, whatever you like, take it to your vinyasa. And once you find your down dog, just pedal out for a moment. We'll take all that to the other side. So from your downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reaches up high. And with the exhale, sink into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now again, feet within hips with distance, big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. And then take the low bind. Bring your hands to your low back, palms facing away, fingers spread wide, shoulders pulled back, elbows wide. Keep your chest open. Maybe sink this down lower. Now focus weight on the right foot. Keep that knee bent. Lift your left heel. Back and forth, left leg forward, dip the heel down. And then step the toes back in. Left leg forward, dip the heel. And come back to the toes. Left leg forward, dip the heel. Step the toes back in. Left leg forward, dip the heel. Come back to the toes. One more time forward to the heel. Bring the toes back in, whoop, and then set that left heel down. With an inhale, reach your right arm high. And with the exhale, twist. Right arm reaches past your left thigh. Use your bound left arm. Pull that left shoulder back. Look left. And keep your hips low. Keep the legs squeezing toward each other. If you can go deeper, slide that right arm further past your left leg. Maybe sink the hips down lower. Keep that left shoulder pulled back and keep breathing here in that twist. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, release both hands down. Slide the right foot back, low lunge. And let's take that dancer's bridge. Right hand's your base. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Left foot steps behind your right leg. Sink down. With an inhale, press your hips up high and reach your left arm. Keep your glutes squeezing. Keep reaching. Let your head fall back and just breathe here. Again, maybe your shoulders are stacked, or maybe your chest opens up to the ceiling more like a back bend. Take it to where you can. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, sink straight down. Left hand forward, left foot forward, back to low lunge. Now look at your stance. Feet on two separate tracks, hips with distance, right heel lifted behind. When you're ready, hands to your hips with an inhale. Bring your torso all the way to upright. Now take a moment. Be sure you balance and be sure your hips are squared. Right hip forward, left hip back. That right heel's lifted behind. Keep your spine upright. Bring your hands to heart center. Now spread your fingers wide. Interlace your fingers. Face the palms away from you. Elbows stay wide. And then just face your palms toward the ceiling. Use this bind to keep your shoulders pulled back and keep your chest open. If you can keep the shoulders back, maybe press the palms up toward the ceiling. Just take things to where you can right now. Now keep your spine tall. Keep looking forward. And then just work into that back leg. Dip the right knee down low just above the floor. And then come back up. Come down low again just above the floor. And then straighten that right leg. Bring it up. Right knee down low again. Keep your chest open. Shoulders back. Bring it back up. And then right knee down low. And come back up one more time. Now dip your right knee down and just hover here just above the floor. Hold. Take an inhale. With the exhale, just set the right knee down, flatten the right foot behind you. Both hands down inside your left leg. Now keep your palms down. Left leg squeezes in toward your side, but then walk that left heel forward. And straighten the leg as much as you can. Point the toes up toward the ceiling. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Start to feel that stretch on the back of your left thigh. And keep your hips stacked over the right knee. Now let's move the left leg back and forth. The hands stay where they are, but swing your left leg back. Left knee comes down past your right leg. Swing the leg forward. Set the heel down. Leg outside your arm. Again, left leg back. Bring the knee down past your right leg. Swing it forward. Set the heel down outside the left arm. Again, left leg back. Bring the knee down across the right leg. Swing that leg forward. Set the heel. And then take it further into that half split. So you can slide that heel forward if you like. Keep the toes pointed up and then rotate them toward your midline a little bit. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. This could be plenty for that stretch. Look for that feeling on the back of the left thigh. Now to take it further, take your half bind. Left arm behind your back, palm face away. Pull that shoulder back and touch your belly to the end of the left thigh, even if you got to bend the knee a little bit. And this is good enough here. Now if you want to go further, you can use the right hand, take hold of the outside edge of the left foot. And maybe draw yourself further down into the fold as you stay open even more to the twist with the left shoulder high. Just take things to where you can. Now keep that half bind and keep your twist. Left shoulder stays high. Left hand to the, or right hand rather, to the floor inside your left leg. Now bend your left knee, pull your left foot back till you can set it down flat, and keep the left shoulder high still. We're going to go right from here to revolved half moon. Push into your left foot, extend the right leg straight back. And with your left shoulder high, look to the left side. Now maybe the left knee stays bent, maybe you straighten that leg, you can take it there. And then if you want to bind this, you can bend the right knee, reach with your left hand. If you can find the right foot, kick into your hand, let this pull your shoulders further back to deepen the twist. All right, take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, both hands down, step your right foot down behind you. When you're ready, sweep that left leg back, and then step it forward up into the right. Find that cross step. Bring the right knee down to the floor. Now let's take the twist. Inhale the right arm up high. And with the exhale, bring the right elbow down, press it into your left thigh. Right hand comes down to the mat, left hand lines up with the right. And then tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows in, look forward, see about lifting that left foot. And then keep looking forward, keep leaning to lift your right leg up as well. Now again, just take it to where you can, find your twist, and then go ahead and move to another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, paddle out here, move around. Now, once you find your down dog, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, bring them down to the floor. And we're going to take this into a camel variation from here. So just see your knees are set about hips width distance apart. So maybe about 1 foot's distance, about 1 fist rather, distance between your thighs. And I always do this with my feet flat behind you. If you prefer, you can tuck your toes. Either way, just bring your hands to your hips and come all the way upright. So everything stacks to vertical from the knees on up. Hands to your hips, squeeze the glutes, press your hips forward, keep your shoulders drawn back. And you can bring the hands down lower, you can bring them up higher, wherever you like, but be sure the elbows pull toward each other and the shoulders stay drawn back. Now, from wherever you are, just walk your gaze up the front wall, find the point on the ceiling directly above you, and check in here for a moment. So, press the feet into the floor, squeeze your glutes and keep the hips pushing forward. Release your shoulders toward the mat. And this might be enough, but if you want to take it further, you can walk your gaze along the ceiling, maybe look for the back wall as well. Keep the front of the body open and long like this. Now, if you want to take it further, you can release your hands to your heels, but still, hips forward, feet pressing down. Open up your chest, let your head fall back, just breathe here. And then slowly start to walk your gaze along the ceiling. Find the wall in front of you. And bring yourself down to sitting on your heels for a moment. Just take a moment, take a couple breaths. And if you need more time just to breathe and relax, you can stay here. But whenever you're ready, bring your legs out from underneath you and come all the way down into your back. Now, once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and squeeze everything in tight. And then we're going to take a longer round of back bending from here. So just release your grip and bring your feet to the floor. Now, I'm going to start the cueing with bridge and then lead into wheel. You can always stay in bridge. And if you want to take it into wheel and you want to hold it longer, you can always take that from the beginning if you know the pose. So to set this up, feet and knees about hips width distance. Bring your heels in close enough that you can flatten your low back as much as possible while you're down like this. Arms to your sides, palms down, just keep your gaze high. Now, when you're ready, with an inhale, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift up and hold. Now, keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting, hold the tension of the lift. And if that's enough, you can stay here. Now, if you want to take your bridge a little bit deeper, you can bring your hands under your hips. Maybe interlace the fingers. Maybe pull the palms together. Maybe draw your shoulders further behind your back and open your chest even more. Hips are still lifting. Now, if you want to take it further, if you have the reach, you can hold your ankles. And maybe use that grip to press the hips still higher and open your chest up still further. Now, if you're going to go from bridge to wheel, keep the hips lifted but release your hands. And then it's hands around your head, palms to the floor. Fingertips toward the shoulders, elbows wide. When you're ready, press into your palms. You can lift the top of your head first. And then whenever you're ready, straighten your arms. So hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back wall. Keep your glutes squeezing. And for either pose, if it's too much on the low back, you can always lift your heels, keep in mind. But keep the back of the body contracting. Pull in from the glutes around the shoulder blades to open your chest. And let the front of the body lengthen and open up. Keep your breathing long and smooth here. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bring everything back down to the floor. Now, once you're down, draw your knees back into your chest, squeeze things in. I want to take this into Supta Bakasana. So for that, just release your left leg. Left foot comes to the floor. Pull the right knee to the center of your chest and open up your right leg to 90 degrees. Now bring your left knee in directly behind the right. Squeeze your legs together. And it's opposite hand to opposite leg. Now you can hold the knees and that's good enough. If you want to go further, work your hands toward your feet. And if you want to take it deep, curl your toes toward your hands. Pull the feet down toward the floor and up toward your shoulders at the same time. Now whatever grip you have, keep your knees close. Work to flatten your spine, pulling down. And push back up in your hands at the same time. Just breathe here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your grip, untangle the legs. Actually, don't untangle the legs. This is what I want you to do. I want you to bring your left foot to the floor, cross the right leg tightly over the left. I almost forgot about the next stretch. I do apologize. So the legs are squeezing together like an eagle bind. Now bring your arms out wide, right and left. Keep both shoulders down. And then when you're ready, tuck your left hip underneath you. Bring your knees down to the left side. Keep your legs squeezing. And bring your gaze over to the right. Now use the left leg to weight the right leg down. Again, the legs squeeze together. The stretch comes in the outer right hip toward your low back. If you need more, you can use your left hand to press your knees further down till you feel the twist. And just take this to where you need to. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just go ahead and release the twist. Bring your legs back up to center, undo the cross. And let's take it the other way. So draw the left knee into your chest this time. Open the left leg up to 90 degrees. And then pull the right knee in directly behind the left. So bring the legs together tight. Now again, opposite hand to opposite leg. You can hold the knees, work the hands closer to the feet. And if you want to go deep, curl your toes toward your hands and pull the feet down toward the floor and up toward the shoulders at the same time. Now, whatever grip you have, again, keep your knees close. Work to flatten your spine. Push up into your hands as your hands pull down, whatever you're holding on to. And just keep breathing with us here. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, just release your grip. Keep your legs crossed. And bring the right foot down to the floor. And we'll take that supine twist variation on this side. So go ahead, bring the arms out wide, right and left. Keep both shoulders down. And then tuck the right hip underneath you this time. Let the knees sink down to the right as the legs squeeze. And bring your gaze to the left. Now use the right leg to weight the left leg down. You're looking for that stretch out of left hip toward the low back on this side. If you need more, you can use the right hand to press your knees further down until you feel the twist. And again, just take it to where you need to here. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, release your twist. Bring your legs back up to center, undo the cross. And bring your knees and your chest side by side this time. Squeeze down. Let's take it to happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And then pull down on both sides. So draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet up into your hands at the same time and keep the tension working both up and down. Flatten your spine, stick your tailbone down toward the floor. And you can rock this side to side if you like. And if you want to take it even further, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw down as much as you can. And with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat for a moment. And then just start to move bit by bit when you're ready. Fingers and toes. Arms and legs. Take a deep inhale here. Extend your arms out long past your head. And then pull everything in. Bring the elbows toward your chest. Draw your knees up as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then just ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale. Hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. I thank you for joining class. Namaste.